Hey, Hien here, Final Fantasy XIV. We're finishing up patch 4.3, Under the Moonlight. There's 3 more quests to finish this up, and then we start patch 4.4. Thanks for joining.
While we were putting our contingency plans in place, I left Takuro in charge of organizing transport for the Imperial prisoners. He will see they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come, they await us on the riverbank not far from the castrum. Your party is assembled, then? Aye, and ready for what lies ahead, I trust. Lest there be any confusion, though. The tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange, that, and whatever else Asahi has planned. But regardless of the ambassador's intentions, we will bring our people home. Yugithi, you are to evacuate the conscripts at the first sign of trouble.
Yes, my lord.
We, meanwhile, shall cover their escape, and lend what support we can.
Your ship awaits you at the castrum's loading docks. She will see you safely home, then all stand ready to play their part. Come. Let us be about it.
At last, the hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Doma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
Indeed. We are ready to proceed with the exchange when you are. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh! The supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Doma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
How very generous. I confess I had not expected such compassion, welcome though it is. But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Nairi, widow of Sashihai, and acting viceroy of Doma. You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish.
Well, well. It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement with the ambassador, you are free to return with him to the Empire. Your authority as acting viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
My position is not for you to decide, little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Zenos himself. I will reign here in this putrid, pestilent swamp until the last of you has been broken. This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
What has she done?
Oh gods, this is a summoning. A Dorman citizen has called forth an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed. Abandon the captives and make preparations to withdraw.
But Ambassador!
Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
As you command.
My lord, you must fall back!
You ask me to run? Spare my pride, would you? I know this foe is beyond me. The field is yours. We will withdraw, but not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul!
My lord.
I knew you would not flee. I see now the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours. But I am become Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon and divinity of night. What power can compare to such celestial majesty? I shall plunge all I despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail. Come, let us cast the stalks and look upon the fate of Doma. I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
Alright, I always like to check who would go with us. So if I'm playing. Oh, can't run this with booty? No. Okay, well, we're gonna go in as tank. About the fight, there's fans. Go around the ring, let's go to the last one, and then move to where the first one disappears. And the moon, light and dark side, you stay in each side. You get a debuff, you get 4 stacks, and you die. So you switch between light and dark as the fight's going. Alright, I'll come back once we're in.
Oh, it's going to be a long night.
It's going to be a long night. Your end is near. The mess. Your death will be all the sweeter.
A font of misery, that's what you are.
Quite like your life defender. Dear sister, you wouldn't want to disappoint me.
If it isn't the cold-blooded little worm dog always crawling through my rotten heart.
Your pitiful fortunes can bring you no lower.
You have come to deliver judgment for my failure. Cut me down. Then, surely it is a simple task.
Stay behind me, Sue.
Why? You have no place here.
You must survive, Sue. The Kami spared us and we cannot repay the human debt.
Perhaps. But it is too late for me. There can be no redemption. A night moon shall flower here upon the site of my demise.
In darkness lives the spider living. From mortal, I rise anew. Suffused with night, I shall prevail. Strengthen. Moonlight's chill shine petals pale. tremors. No, not yet. Not yet. I'll grind you under my heel. You under my heel!
You really must learn to finish the job. 'Tis true that a gaudy mirror and a handful of crystals make for a feeble summoning. But even the weakest icon is a god of sorts. A threat that must be put down. My, such hostility! These beings are the sworn enemies of the Empire. I merely did my duty as an imperial officer. Will you surrender to anger then? Slay an anointed emissary to avenge a fallen foe?
Ha! You cannot, of course! To do so would burn the bridges we have labored so hard to build.
But I'm forgetting. They're already ash. This Dorman woman has seen to that. The Empire cannot ally itself with any nation that refuses to renounce summoning. I believe I was most clear on that point. It should have been mine. He bestowed upon her. I should have been the one to govern Doma. I would have repaid his faith.
No one alive loves him more than I!
Instead, this harlot betrayed his trust. Useless piece of filth! Worthless whore!
Thank you, dear brother, for this precious gift. Vengeance. These people, our people, they ignore the corruption which festers beneath the surface. Cast aside that which is dirty and broken. Speak not of things which would disrupt their dreary little lives. Like you, Asahi. Always pretending not to see. You were the first. The first I swore to kill. Such bliss. I had thought my hunger insatiable. But now I am satisfied. You should feel honored, dear brother. I saved the last of my strength, just for you. What's the matter? The Witch of Doma will soon be dead. He will mourn too, perhaps. I wonder, was the fruit as sweet as he remembered?
Lord Zenos. Lord Zenos. I am at your disposal.
Asahi, you were born of Doma, yes?
Yes, my lord. I am honored that you would remember me. How may I serve?
You are hereby appointed Ambassador Plenipotentiary, and empowered to speak with the voice of the Emperor. Return to your native land of Doma, and announce your intention to sue for peace.
For peace?
Once negotiations are underway, you are to locate the acting Viceroy.
She lives? That is to say, I will, my lord.
When you have found her, you will initiate a ritual to call forth an icon. I will instruct you in the necessary steps. Yotsuyu's faith is unreliable, but as a child raised to believe in the kami, she will serve as a vessel for one of the Kojin's gods. She need only wish it to be so. The power will seem a gift, but the icon's essence will consume her. She will be no more than a husk, a slave to whim and desire.
My lord, ever since the day you saw fit to save my miserable life, I have dreamed of repaying your benevolence. Upon my honor, I swear to devote myself wholly to your service. All that you command will be done, no matter the cost. But I fear the subtleties of your plan yet elude me. From the reports I have heard, the champion who aids the Doman resistance would make short work of a single icon.
The icon is merely a message. The pacifist teachings of the populares spread through this city like a plague, and I would remind the people of the threat we face. You will be my chosen agent, the hand which tolls the warning bell. The salvation of this world will not be won through the signing of treaties.
Your chosen agent. I will not fail you, my lord. My master, Lord Zenos. He will come for you.
You have prevailed, I see.
She is gone? Wherefore did the kami spare us, only to inflict this pain?
Death shall not want for company this day. You spared us a worse disaster, but I fear our fledgling peace with the Empire was beyond saving.
Lord Hien!
Maxima, is it not? I assumed you long fled.
I entertain thoughts of escape even now, but our negotiations have yet to reach a satisfying conclusion. The ambassador insisted that the summoning spelled an end to our mission here, but it seemed to me there was more to the tale. I have heard tell of this power you wield, and in your vision, you witnessed Lord Zenos giving these orders.
But how can that be? Zenos is dead. He took his own life after the battle in Alamigo. I saw his body with my own eyes.
Forgive me, but Lord Zenos is very much alive. He granted our party an audience prior to our departure. That he was gravely wounded is certain, but his recovery appeared to be proceeding apace.
I'm afraid I share Lord Hien's confusion. The man's death was confirmed and his remains interred. These are matters of public record.
I have no doubt you believe what you say. But what then is the explanation? That an impostor has infiltrated the innermost circle of the imperial court? The idea is inconceivable, absurd. But worthy of investigation nonetheless. Our movement can ill afford to have a highly placed pretender undermining our efforts.
Your efforts may yet bear fruit. Tell me, what is to become of our prisoner exchange? Though we have already taken custody of our conscripts, we have yet to release your imperial comrades. Do you still intend to collect them?
Yes. As the late ambassador's second in command, it falls to me to speak on the Empire's behalf. And I'm happy to confirm our intent to proceed according to the original agreement.
Then let us be about it. 'Twould be a pity to abandon such a promising beginning.
Indeed. You have my thanks, Lord Hien. As soon as our people are secure aboard our airship, we shall depart straightways for Garlemald.
Tread lightly, Pilus. I sense treachery awaits you there.
Might I accompany you to the capital?
Alphinaud, have you gone mad?
Imposter or no, if Zenos was instructing Asahi on the finer points of ritual summoning, then experience tells us there is an Ascian waiting in the wings. Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience. They need our help.
Were you indeed willing to share your knowledge of this enemy, we would not shun your counsel.
You truly mean to do this? In full knowledge of the danger?
I have seen the Warrior of Light risk her life on countless occasions. Next to her, I'm scarce more than a distraction on the battlefield. But in the meeting room or the audience chamber, there I can make a difference. I can strike bargains, forge ties, and change minds. And where better to do these things than in the home of our old enemy?
Tis not for me to stop you. But I would have you consider an alternative arrangement. Rather than braving the Empire as a simple traveler, go forth as an emissary of Doma. Such a position should offer you some measure of protection.
Go then. You've obviously made up your mind. Just try not to do anything reckless, all right?
I shall be on my best behavior. Farewell, my friends.
I knew Asahi was planning some manner of treachery, but a summoning? Thank the kami you were here, my friend. None of us would have escaped Yatsuyu's vengeance had you not intervened. She was a pawn, aye, but she still had a choice, and she chose to submit to the ambassador's plan. 'Tis little wonder Gesetsu departed in silence.
I gather he left the same way he came, alone aboard a rowing boat. As for the conscripts, most made it to the Sea Tribune before the battle began in earnest, but the vessel yet waits on the riverbank for those who did not flee in time.
Then I suggest we put this doleful place behind us and make for the Enclave together. 'Twould be a shame to miss the joyous reunion.
How often have I imagined this moment? Thank you for helping it come to pass.
Ah, there you are.
Gosetsu, your hair.
My friend, what have you done?
An old man who cannot raise his blade has no place in the service of a young lord. Thus did I decide to devote my remaining days to pilgrimage. I will walk this land, offering prayers of repose for all the souls who left this life in suffering.
All of them?
This is no forlorn and final farewell. Send me on my way with a smile, my friend.
Scarcely have we said our goodbyes to Alphinaud, and you leave us too. But 'tis well that my companions find their own way forward. I must endeavor to do the same.
I have faith that you will find the best path for Doma without me, my lord. Pray forgive me this last act of selfishness, and grant me your blessing.
You have earned it 1,000 times over. Go in peace, my friend. I shall make of Doma a land where children laugh, and none need live in fear.
There is no better way to honor those who went before. And with that, I take my leave.
Ah, Gosetsu. Fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but there is yet ample cause to be grateful. Pray join us in the Kienken. I would thank you properly. Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? Our brothers and sisters are returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live long in memory, and one that would never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you, I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Zenos' lives is a source of grave concern, mayhap the gravest, yet there is little to be done but wait for Alphinaud to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gesetsu, by building a nation in which none need live in fear. I confess, I miss him already. But the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yotsuyu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically, the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Yotsuyu's childlike mien, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, but the little girl who was lost to him. After the loss of his family, Gesetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I had hoped that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment.
Would that the Kami had been so minded. Even now, I labor to discern any meaning in Yotsuyu's fate. To deliver her from certain death, with no memory of her sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother. Can that truly have been their work?
That I cannot tell you. The will of the Kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment, a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us. And that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart.
I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Rald's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lise about Zenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that.
Onion. Alize. You're back. No, Alphinaud.
It's good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Zenos might still be alive.
What? But that's, if this is a joke, gods, this had better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, all right? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald?
I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt the word of an imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Onion's. She saw the Crown Prince through the echo, in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past.
No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of, really convincing imposter. Zenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember?
Thal's gilded halls. Whatever are you talking about?
Thancred. What brings you to the Reach?
Alphinaud had me lending a hand at the Saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running. And now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business?
As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave. But if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Zenos is buried up at Bloodhow in the Locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you're in charge until I get back. This is it. Gods, he'd better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off and thought no more about it.
So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied. Well then, we are presented with but one course of action. And we had best be sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin?
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
If there's no corpse, then, are we to conclude the rumors are true?
Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Zenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphinaud's theory of Ascian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one.
You're saying an Ascian is walking around in Zenos' body?
It seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Zenos was properly dead.
If he wasn't, that was some trick. He as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Raubon needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Ralger's Reach.
I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stones, then? It's past time we shared these developments with the others. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Orion J over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Yshtala is on her way and should be here any.
Alize. Onion. 'Tis good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that an Ascian now inhabits Zenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Onion? Nay, Alphinaud had the right of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety? Capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold, and the shadowy web of the Paragons, like as not.
When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray.
We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point?
More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the rite beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan, every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star.
What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. What are you? Have you lost your mind? I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins? Embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on.
It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alphinaud. Humph. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. We should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea?
Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new Primal especially.
I'll put the kettle on, then. That table looks free if you'd like to take a seat.
Upon sitting at the table, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety.
Interesting. So this Tsukiyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Sasano, via the medium of a sacred relic.
That's right. They believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects.
Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalogue of such relics. But if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma, and learn what I can on the subject.
A fine idea. And I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help to prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome our resident expert on etherology.
Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea?
It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigations went.
After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told much the same story. Once Lise and her officers had confirmed Zenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Zenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamagan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scrawl was removed, as police instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, 'tis like that the corpse was already missing. Assuming Zenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities: either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed impostor, or an Ascian has taken up residence within it.
If Asahi was as fervent a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian, and proceed accordingly.
Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphinaud in Garlemald?
Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation.
Master Alphinaud, we are making good speed towards our destination. Is aught amiss?
Nay, 'tis just, I can see naught from my cabin, and was curious to know the land over which we flew.
Ah, I am afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I am happy to indulge your curiosity. However, we are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Othard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but moms upon moms of lifeless earth.
I have read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry of every last drop of ether.
Aye. It is believed that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Othard and beheld this blight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. HNGH. Report. We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor, no visible designation.
Magitech? But who? Ah.
All cannons, return fire. Damage report. The main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it. They knew exactly where to hit us, all hands. Brace for impact. Glad to have you back, Master Alphinaud. We have landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged, and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can.
I...
Master Alphinaud, might I ask you to search for survivors? I will see to our injured helmsman. My thanks, I don't think I would have made it. Yes, you very likely saved his life. The question of who would try to take it remains, however. Put these last few out of their misery. The prince wishes none left alive. The prince?
They've not come to parley, I fear. Ready your weapons.
Confound it. Not here. Not like this.
Why dash? Who in the Emperor's name?
Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait.
You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphinaud. Let us finish this, then. Deploy restraints.
My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely.
Well, I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Hien.
You know of me, sir?
I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know you your assailants? And the severity of your predicament?
The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard.
And I could venture a guess as to their motive. But ye yet have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are?
Our names are not yours for the asking. And as for our purpose, let this be your answer.
An Ascian mask.
The face of our prey. We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now.
Even should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure a passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard.
Indeed, we accept your gracious offer.
Shadowhunter will suffice for the present. Come.
Ugh, this is intolerable. But as much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alphinaud now but pray for his success.
Well, that is not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces.
Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken.
Forgive me, Alize, but the provinces are hostile territory, and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone.
I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. And how exactly would that be any better?
Ahem. I must refuse your company as well, my friend. Formidable though you are, the success of my mission depends on moving unnoticed, and lest you forget, you have grown rather famous. I trust you understand.
Fine. Just promise you'll be careful. It seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all, but I will stay behind, as I have been bid.
We all have our talents. Mine just happened to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word the moment I learn aught of consequence.
See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Aldnard vessel to bear me thither, but I shall return if I am needed.
Be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Onion. With any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report from Alphinaud to share.
You have learned the emote ponder.
Alright, that concludes 4.3. Thanks for joining. We're going to start 4.4 in the next set. I'm trying to release videos, it looks like every Monday and Thursday. Trying to do an hour format. So let me know if this is good. Any comments are welcome. Thanks for watching. Bye.